Hello everyone and welcome to the voting. I didn't upload all the maps. Obviously I can upload the last two, but I had a lot of problems with Solarite. It just wouldn't work as intended, which is really unfortunate because the concept was all right. It wasn't probably the best concept there, but it was pretty fun. And it just wouldn't work properly. The problem that I came across was there's a mechanic where the enemy is meant to collect resources by stealing them from the points that spawn on the map. And somehow it was actually spawning these probes and SCVs behind your lines, so you didn't actually see them come by, so you had to set up static defense. That was annoying. Secondly, you couldn't do anything AoE around the objective. So as you can see here on the map, if any of this ball was AoE, it would actually damage this objective here. So Artanis couldn't cast his ability to protect it. Kerrigan couldn't do any jumps around it because she would actually deal a lot of damage to it. And yeah, siege tanks, fire bats, it was just nuts. But other than that, it was a pretty good map, but I didn't end up finishing the map because of that. And apparently nobody now wants to play the map, which is understandable. It had the biggest gameplay flaw in that regard. But anyway, moving on, the other bug that I came across was scavenger hunt. For some strange reason, I played this game 5 times. All 5 attempts, the game bugged out and stopped on the second objective. It would move on to the third objective as if you had completed the second objective, but the second objective didn't get picked up by the main character. I can't remember his name, Christopher. And so Christopher wouldn't actually spawn at the third objective. His ship would travel there and nothing else would happen. And that's about as far as the map went. Other than that, it was a pretty fun game mode. It was a little long. It felt like it was going to finish in about 29 minutes, which is way too long. So that really hurt the map. But the bug destroyed it. I couldn't get past it. People have said that they got past it. I don't believe them. But it is possible it could have just been a timing issue or something. Or if the ship took damage in the first phase, which it always did in those 5 games. I don't know. Something. But anyway, looking back on the maps, Armory retaking was fun, was alright, it was really slow. Construction Yard, that's the wrong picture. Oh no, it's not. No, it is the right picture. Construction Yard was fun. I loved it. It was a great game. It was very entertaining. It was very hectic, and yeah, it was great. Cradle of Death was alright. Very interesting gameplay mechanic. The map was a bit chaotic, but yeah, no, it was pretty fun. Yeah. I reckon it would have been better if the bases were spawned in the corner instead of right in the middle. As I said in one of the videos that I did, the pathing with the rocks was really bad. The rocks, they should just be removed because they didn't make. In retrospect, you remove the rocks and they make the game easier to move around. Well, I think putting the rocks there in the first place actually makes the game harder than it would. The map is already hard enough. The rocks don't have to be there to begin with for the map to be hard. That is the reason the rocks get put near the expansion packs, to stop people from doing things too fast. But the map is already difficult enough that you can't really exploit the speed of the map. So the rocks are kind of pointless. the only purpose they serve is to annoy the living hell out of you. And for that, yeah, they should be removed. Mechanic was alright. People say it adds a replayability effect. I didn't really see the replay factor, but it was a well-made map. Death from Above, it was kind of a rinse and repeat with Mechanic. The fact that you have to clear the area was really annoying. There's nothing really else on that map. It really was just rinse and repeat. There was nothing new there. Yeah, I just, yeah. It was a cool thing that was added in. An escort mission to which you then just kill the shards and you're done. Immortal Siege was the city is besieged. The Torrescue, this was good, but it was probably the worst map in the rotation. And that had hurt the creator, if they ever heard that. But he was up against some really good solid maps. It was a good map, don't get me wrong. But it was, yeah, if it was about concept, I'd say it was interesting. But I don't know. I don't think it was fun. But yeah. Mercenary Business. If I was to vote for one map, this would be it. I thought this was the best map. That is to say, Primal Ascension was probably one of the best maps, but for uniqueness and actual gameplay, how fun it was, and Mercenary Business is probably my favourite. We collect the resources. The map was overall really well done. This is a map that everyone's wanted this map from the StarCraft campaign. But I don't think it's going to win because it's one of the rules in the competition was that it can't be from the campaign. Whether or not that meant that you can't open up a campaign mission and then edit it. And that was the way the rule was explicitly set. So that meant that you could copy missions, but it had to be an original content. So by that value, then yes, this map should win. But if that other rule stands in a different understanding, then yeah, it won't win. Part and Parcel. This map was interesting to the point where I played this map 3 times, and I don't think it was kind of like Death from Above, but it was more interesting. Like, you felt like the objective did a little bit more, but then you realize that it kind of didn't. Like, there was an objective to collect something, it was a bonus objective, but it just came and went. So I don't know. This map is unfortunate because it was probably one of the most polished maps there. It just didn't get a chance to stand out. Primal Ascension. Everyone's pretty much on board. This is the map that's going to be remade. Whether or not they use Dahaka as the commander that tells you what to do is beyond me. They probably won't, because Dahaka should be a commander, and he will be. There's no doubts there eventually. But if they make him a commander that tells you what to do, then that's going to anger a lot of people. And their marketing team for Blizzard, that's a stupid move, because they could make money off Dahaka being introduced. But anyway, regardless, this is one of the best maps. This is the most prospect map. It looks to be going to win. Also, it was very interesting. That's the reason why. Like, it had very unique stages where you kept getting attacked by primals, and they were very unique. Then you had to attack, and what you're attacking was very unique. And, it was just, it was off. It was just different. It was very different from what we're used to, and that was great. And it managed to do that whilst keeping the core flavour of what co-op is all about. Now, Scavenger Hunt, as I said, but I guess I have to review it on what I played, although I don't think that's fair, because I didn't get to see the ending, or the second, or the third, or the fourth objective. I got to see the first and the second. It was okay. The map layout was pretty bad, because of the units from the top base, left-hand base, they went through the enemy to get to where you wanted to go, and that was irritating. But of course, it'll be remade, and that'll be fixed. But Christopher was fun. Transporting the ship was fun. It was, I wish it had worked. I really do. And Solarite, the mechanic was fun. Oh, actually, no, the mechanic wasn't fun. That's one thing that I have to say about this map. The mechanic was not fun, where you had to collect resources from all over the joint. You couldn't see them on the map. I mean, you could, but you couldn't. They were very small. That could also obviously be fixed. So I didn't get very far in this map from the couple of times that I played it. So I can't really judge too much on this. I didn't actually finish it because I couldn't, and now I can't because I just can't find anyone to play it with. So it's really unfortunate because the map looks like it had a lot of effort put into it. So I guess we're just going to move on to the voting. So who do I think is going to win? Well, let's start from, I don't really know how to do this voting. So the maps that I think definitely should be in this: Mercenary Business, Primal Ascension, Construction Yard, ooh, it's a close one, Cradle of Death, and so I'll just vote for those now. Construction, Mercenary Business, Primal Ascension, where's Construction Yard? Construction Yard was awesome. Yeah, I've already got it. Alright, cool. This is the bit that I'm stuck at, right? The next map, I got Armory Retaking. I liked. It was about exactly the same game experience as Part and Parcel. And I had so many issues with Cradle of Death, but it was kind of unique and kind of fun. And to be honest, the little extra bits that they added in Cradle of Death definitely earns it a spot. But the other three that I've mentioned so far were definitely better. They were just perfect maps. They really were. And Cradle of Death just had little minute gameplay features that I just didn't enjoy. So for the final map, it really does come down to Part and Parcel or Armory Retaking. Well, I guess we just look at the negatives. Armory Retaking was kind of slow and boring. Part and Parcel really didn't seem like it had much else to do. So, yeah. That's where I'm at. I just don't know which one to go for. I mean, upgrading the Thor was awesome. Part and Parcel had its moments. And I did like the layout, the way the map was made. I don't think that this thing here could have lost to the objective. So once you set off that thing, I reckon you could bug the map out. So you know what? I'm going to go with army retaking for the 5th and final slot. And I think I have to be logged in to vote. No, I am logged in. Cool. I'm pretty sure I just voted. Or didn't I? I don't know. What's happened here? Well, I'm pretty sure I just voted, so there my that's what I regular death was. Where am I going? I got to vote again. Cool. Cool. Oh, I can't see the results. Ah, that makes sense now. So they're my votes. There is a map here that I really should have looked at, but it looks like a couple of people have. But it was a Skyfall, and they were unable to contest because they were from a certain place. Um, I'm unable to win, believe it or not. I just thought this would be fun because I'm from somewhere where, yeah, I just can't win. Apparently, buying a ticket from Sydney to Brisbane or anything other than that, the postage, I don't no idea why. Just no, Brisbane's just not allowed to. Yeah, whatever. But anyway, I thought that would be fun, and if they let my vote go through, well then I hope that's what happens. But so if I was to pick any one of these maps or prediction for what I think Blizzard is going to do, I'm pretty sure that they are going to do Mercenary Business. Just because it was fun, it was different, it was unique. Not as unique as Primal Ascension, but Primal Ascension seemed to take co-op and do a lot of the same things, but adding in a lot of unique features. Whereas Mercenary Business was very different to what we were used to, with a mechanic that we already knew had been done before, just in single player. And that's what co-op's all about. It's single player, but co-op. And that's why I think the map should win. It is a mission that we've seen, we've thought about, and we want. We now want it. I now want it in the campaign rotation. So I hope it actually does get introduced. Whereas Primal Ascension is just a completely random idea. It's made up. It is very good, but it's new. It's unique. There's not a real big want for it to be in the rotation. So yeah, I honestly think Mercenary Business is going to win this. And then Blizzard will make their own version. I don't think they'll have to change too much. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. Anyway, that's Rock the Cabinet 2017. Subscribe to my channel to get new videos from other games. I don't just play StarCraft, but yeah, if you like any of these videos, thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What you voted for, what you thought, what do you think is going to win? And yeah, well, I guess if you're only around here for this, I'll see you next year. I don't really do co-op videos, but you know, maybe we'll see what happens. Anyway, peace.